right, folks. It is WrestleMania weekend. Will the Beast Incarnate return? Honestly, that's the only thing I care about if that happens. So we got WrestleMania weekend, folks, and I know this is supposed to be a sports channel, but I'm a nerd and I like wrestling as well. And I want to talk about this WrestleMania. I don't watch wrestling like on a day-to-day basis. Like, I don't watch Raw unless I catch it a little bit. I don't watch SmackDown again unless I catch it a little bit. I know Raw's on SmackDown on Netflix now too, so I don't know why I haven't watched it, but a couple episodes I've seen. I've bits and pieces, but I follow their social media. I mean, I kind of know what's going on. It's not like imperative, honestly, because the storylines for this WrestleMania, I have to be honest with you, they suck. I'm looking here because I just want to make sure I'm not crazy. I'm just trying to pick up the cards for each night. 2-night WrestleManias, I always loved the idea of it, but now it's like they're scrambling, I think, almost, because it's not that they don't have talent. They have great talent. It's just I'm not sure what they're doing. Like, they really, like, they loved the Bloodline, right? The Bloodline was great. Roman, Jay, Jimmy. I don't like Sami Zayn, but Sami Zayn was funny with the Bloodline. And that has been carried over, and then we had the Cody thing. He loses, then he wins, and the blow-off, The Rock, everybody, Cena. Okay, gonna be tough to top that, because it was a cool moment, right? So now, the year goes on, Roman disappears for a little bit. Cody has this little weird, 10-minute segment with The Rock, the Raw after WrestleMania, where The Rock was basically like, dude, I'm coming back for you, I want, blah, blah, blah. And then that really doesn't go anywhere. Cody has, matches with... I don't know. Cody's a good... I like Cody. I like him. I hated him in AEW, but I also don't really care about AEW. It's not that I hate AEW. I just don't watch it. It seems like AEW... It's weird. It's like everybody left WWE to pursue AEW because they were getting these fat paychecks, but then, they're doing nothing. Like, Chris Jericho, obviously... probably the biggest one, Moxley, but I didn't like Dean Ambrose, so I could care less that he left. And from the highlights I see, all he does is just get hit with nails and stuff, which is fine if you like that. That's good. But we got Cody back, and he's a huge star. Now they got Penta, and they're doing good things with him. They got this Phoenix kid. Again, I don't watch it a lot. I don't know exactly what they're doing, where they're being placed into the cards, if they are in WrestleMania. I don't know. But then, it sounds like they got Rusev back. I don't know if it's I don't think Rusev returning at WrestleMania is going to be a huge deal. I don't think they'll do that. And apparently Aleister Black is back. Again, I don't know if that's you'll see that at WrestleMania. I don't think that'll be a big surprise. So we're going to go here. I'm on WWE's website, but it's not really showing me the card. Let me see. I usually Bleacher... gives you a better card. Now it's in Vegas, and I'm hearing that they're not sold out, which I don't believe, but I don't know. I also don't care. I'm not going. I don't live in Vegas. I live in Florida. Alright, so night 1, which is tomorrow, we have, looks like the opening match is going to be Gunther versus Jey Uso. Okay, here's what's going to happen. Okay. They're going to have Jey win. And I hate that. I don't think Jey Uso is a good wrestler. I don't think he's a bad wrestler. I think he's an average wrestler. I think the Usos were a good tag team. I think his skill set is it's not bad. It's super kicks, a somewhat good Samoan drop, and a decent frog splash, and a horrible spear. His moveset sucks. Let's just call it as it is. People like him because he says yeet, and he's cool. I'm not cool in terms of that. I don't give a shit about yeet. I don't not like the guy. I just I liked him. I liked the building when they were splitting up from the Bloodline, and that was cool. But then they kind of had to do this. They kind of backed him into a corner because they called a main event Jey Uso for a year, and he never main evented really anything. He like lost to his cousin. I guess he like little no name pay per views he main evented, but never won anything. Then he was like I think the I don't know. I guess he had Intercontinental. I don't know. He won some. But honestly, can we be real? What the hell is going on with the Intercontinental Championship? And what the hell is going on with the United States Championship? They mean nothing nowadays. And I don't even know what titles they have for the females anymore because they got 1 million now. And again, they mean nothing. They don't mean anything. There's like honestly, there's one championship that means anything in WWE, and Cody holds it. Okay, because they destroyed Gunther. Rollins having it. He didn't. Okay, I don't care. That's another rant. Let's talk about WrestleMania. All right, World Heavyweight Championship, Gunther versus Jey Uso. I picked Jey Uso. I want Gunther. And I don't want Gunther to win. I want Gunther to slaughter him. Because if it was any actual, like, truth to this, Gunther needs to keep the belt. But he's not going to. Because the WWE saw the reaction of Jay winning the Rumble, and I think they shit their pants. So then they did the whole thing. I don't even know where he falls, and then Jay, and Jimmy gets bloodied, and he beats him up, and now it's personal, and blah 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 blah. Dude, Gunther is like legitimately, with Brock Lesnar being gone. More about him later. Gunther is the best wrestler that they have. But they did nothing with him. They had him these crappy title reign that they gave him, and it was not fair to Gunther. I mean, honestly, take the belt off him, I guess, because I think he's better without it. But yeah, it sucks. But I think Gunther's gonna lose. And Jey Uso's gonna win, and I don't know what the hell they're gonna do with Jey Uso as a world champion. Okay, Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. I did not even know that was on the card. God bless Rey Mysterio. He's like 1,000 years old, and he still looks great in the ring. And Chad Gable's awesome. They're gonna probably unmask him tonight. So it's gonna kind of suck that El Grande Americano is gonna be a one and done thing, but yeah, that'll be a good match. They got that slated at number 2, which honestly I think they're gonna need that match at number 2 because I think they're going to need the crowd to get back into it because I think the crowd's gonna not be as hyped as we think. They'll yeet with him and he blah, 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 blah. But when reality sets in that Jey Uso is a world champion in WWE with the talent they have, I think the fans who aren't just like yeeting all the time are gonna be like, oh, Jey Uso's our champion. Okay, so Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. I think Mysterio beats him and unmasks him. Just a guess. I don't care either way who wins. They're both great. Again, speaking of useless belts, the tag team championships. The War Raiders, who are a underrated tag team. They are big boys who can fly in the ring, and they're strong as hell, and I really wish it wasn't against the New Day. I wish it was against the Creed brothers. And I don't know what the hell is going on with the New Day. Maybe they break up. Who cares? The New Day has been it has to be the longest tenured tag team ever. Who cares? I don't give a shit. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. I don't know what's going on with Jade Cargill. Obviously, the WWE doesn't have that much faith in her. They pulled her off of the programming for months. Then they brought her back for a storyline that I think people almost forgot about. Naomi's a good talent. Jade's gonna win. Jade needs the win. I don't know what they want in Jade Cargill, but they clearly have like an issue with her. I thought that chick was like amazing when I saw her in AEW. Again, I don't watch AEW a lot, but I saw her and I was like, holy crap, like she's a beast. And I don't know. She had no problem wrestling in AEW, and then all of a sudden they came over to WWE and they kind of like were like, you have to basically reevaluate everything about how you wrestle, and so it's been a rocky road for Jade Cargill. I hope she gets the win. She deserves the win, and no offense to Naomi, she doesn't need the win. Naomi's been doing this shit for a while, and she's great at it. See, here's what happens too. They got rid of the music, right? The good music. So my wife, her cousin, was one of the musical. It was a duo called the CFOs, and they made the sick music. For WWE. That's when they did Shinsuke, they did Bobby Roode's Glorious. They did all the sick music. And then the WWE got cheap and they hired somebody else. And now the music's ass and a lot of people complain about it. And look, Naomi's music sucks now. And she doesn't do her dance and I don't know. Whatever. Jade's going to win, I think. U.S. Championship, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. I love LA Knight. He's got to lose. I love LA Knight, but Jacob's got to... Jacob shouldn't even be in this, to be fair. Jacob Fatu is way too talented for this. LA Knight, I honestly think, is too talented for the United States Championship for what it is. Jacob's going to win. He should win. LA Knight's great. LA Knight, to me, LA Knight doesn't need a belt. And if he does... Let me put it this way. If Jey Uso could be the world champion, so can LA Knight. So if you're going to give LA Knight another championship, it's got to be that. Because he doesn't need the United States Championship, okay? Championship, the women's championship, Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. Please, let Tiffany win. I don't follow it much. I don't know who she is, really. I don't care. Charlotte is enough with Charlotte. Charlotte comes back every time with a new face, new ass, and new tits. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. She's like a transformer. Like, not a transformer. Because she looks like a different person every time she comes back. And apparently the poor lady can't keep a marriage. That sucks. I don't care, though. She's annoying after a while. Only because I think Charlotte's very talented, but enough with her. Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. This is where I get excited, and not for the reasons of this match. I can give a shit about this match. It doesn't mean anything. CM Punk, apparently, they're pulling something out of the bag here that Paul Heyman told him he'd walk him down the aisle like a fucking wedding if he were to get a WrestleMania main event, I guess. So he called in that favor, and then Roman Reigns is like, how could you do this to me, big fat tribal chief? Big fat wise man, I love you, but I hate you, and I love you. And it's like, what needs to happen is that at the end of the match, whatever happens, hopefully it's like, well, who do you plead your allegiance to? CM Punk, Roman Reigns, or like, what the hell, Rollins? Everybody's going to be like, oh my god, he's going to swap and go. Brock Lesnar comes out. Paul Heyman needs to be like, I plead my allegiance to him. And then you just hear this, and you hear everybody in the crowd shit their pants because of the allegations against him, but yet they're all truly excited that he's back. And Brock comes out, the bearded beast that he is, and he just kills all of them, and that ends WrestleMania 41. If it's not that, I don't care. Really. I mean, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins on paper is a great match. Who cares, though? It's for what? I don't get it. I don't understand what it's about. Roman Reigns, he's back. He's a babyface, kind of, whatever. CM Punk. Listen, I was very against CM Punk returning. I think he was old. I thought he was old. I thought he looked old in AEW. I don't care about the locker room. I'm not friends with the guy. But I just thought he looked old. And but he's looked better. I will give him credit. He's kind of not won me over. I don't care if he wins or not, but he looks better than I thought. He can go. He did a decent match, in the Rumble, and he can go. He did the Hell in the Cell match. I mean, he could still go without getting too gassed. I mean, so I'm giving CM Punk a lot of credit. Seth Rollins, I don't care about. I haven't liked Seth Rollins I really haven't ever liked Seth Rollins. I respect Seth Rollins. I hate his stupid outfits. I know they're supposed to be funny. He doesn't really... I don't get it. His gimmick, I don't get. He just laughs weirdly now. He doesn't need anything out of this. But the only thing that confuses me is I don't think my brilliant plan is going to come to fruition. I think it's going to be Seth Rollins that Paul Heyman teams up with. Why else is he in this match? This doesn't make any sense. If anything, they could have Roman versus Punk, or it's just because they don't think Punk can go that with Roman, and they need another body in there. That's another reason he could be there. But I have a feeling that they're going to have and Heyman's going to choose Seth. I hate that for so many reasons, because it doesn't make any sense. But they might just do that because they need a twist and they want it to end on a big thing. Because again, we're starting WrestleMania with a championship match, which isn't unheard of, but we're ending it with a non-title match. They did that last year with the tag team, but it was The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Like, it's different. All right, so my predictions for night one. Jey Uso wins. Rey Mysterio wins. Yeah, I think I don't even know. Did I even predict it? I think the New Day win, but I don't get. Yeah. Um, Jade better win. LA Knight's gonna lose, so Jacob Fatu's gonna win. I hope Tiffany Stratton retains, and I hope that. I guess I need a winner out of that match. Oh, but what I'm thinking of actually happening, so Seth Rollins will win because of the betrayal from Paul Heyman on them. My real hope, though, is that Punk wins, then Reigns gets upset and say, "Who do you blah blah blah," and then Paul Heyman's like, "Well, who do I really support?" And then he points, "I support him," and Brock comes. Not gonna happen though. Anyways, so Seth Rollins, night 2 is gonna start off again with a championship match. Io Sky, Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. Good God, if Rhea Ripley doesn't win, I don't care. I don't care about that match at all. I'm sorry. Rhea Ripley's the best they have. She deserves to be a title holder because she's what you would want in a champion, and they just need to keep it that way. Okay, AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. People shit all over Logan Paul. Guy's awesome. Now, I'm a big Karrion Kross fan. He's doing these like little I guess they're not even promos. He's just doing this little like documentary thing that he's doing because he's got a match, a blood sport match, I guess it's called. I guess he's like, I don't know what it is, but he's fighting somebody that I think Baron Corbin did one a couple like right after he got released. So I'm a little confused as to how Karrion Kross is doing this while under contract. But he's like documenting that, but he's talking about WrestleMania, and obviously he's got a little bit of a storyline with AJ Styles. It would be sick if Karrion Kross can get involved in that and cost AJ Styles the match and let Logan Paul win and have Karrion Kross kind of back in the fold. He's great. He's underrated, and people boo him for, I think people, listen, people are sheep. They follow the masses a lot with just anything that's popular. Karrion Kross got a bad rap. He was a beast in NXT, and then Vince called him up and dressed him in, gladiator gear. It was the dumbest shit ever. And then they released the guy. Okay, and then that killed his momentum. And then Triple H, who's not stupid, was like, dude, this guy's a beast. Brings him back as Karrion Kross, as how he's supposed to be, with Scarlett. And it looked like he was on the trajectory of, boom, taking over and going after Roman Reigns back then. But the crowd ruined it because they booed immediately. And instead we got Roman Reigns versus Cousins for the 75th time instead of an actual dude who's actually physically imposing and can actually beat up Roman Reigns. Or at least, not even saying Kross should have won the title, but they should have had a match. And instead we didn't get it. Whatever. Then you got this, Morgan Tanchi, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. I don't even know who that is. I don't care who wins. Liv Morgan's annoying. She's pretty, but she's annoying. Bayley's been in, I don't know. Who cares? Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker, who's the champ, versus Penta, versus Finn Balor, versus Dominic Mysterio. Good match on paper. You know what? If anybody needs this, it's Finn. I'm going to go with Finn wins. I don't know what happens with the Judgment Day. I don't care. I think the Judgment Day really, I don't even know why it's still a thing. Carlito, I need his contract. He didn't do anything. He got speared the other day, but he don't do anything. And then I know that the JD McDonough's hurt, obviously, but the Judgment Day sucks now. It's useless because like you lost Rhea and you lost Damian Priest, so it's just like a bunch of like mid carders just running around. Dominic Mysterio, great heel. Could they put the belt on him? Yes, they could, and that could finally be the breaking point for Finn. I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad about anybody winning this match. Penta, I don't, can't speak English. I know it's hard for people to wrap their heads around this, but like, you want your champions to be able to speak English, okay? It's not an international product in the fact of like, oh, we all know what he's trying to explore. That's why it sounds bad because Penta, and there's a lot of guys who English is not their first language. Shinsuke, right? Like, and you'll notice that's why they don't put a lot of stuff on them, because what are you going to do? Shinsuke Nakamura, great talent. Dude's awesome. He can't speak English really well. He could speak English, but not well. They had him win the Rumble, and they immediately were like, oh, God, this guy can't talk. You have to talk. Now, the Intercontinental Championship, Penta might be able to get away with it because, like, you don't have to talk that much, but still. Is it fair? No, because Penta's a great talent. Could they still do it? Yeah, they could still do it. But I have a feeling it'll hurt him in the long run if he doesn't get... Not that he needs to, like, you know, have, you know, be fluent in English, but he's got to be able to have a couple of jibs back and forth with the other guys in English. He could rap in Spanish too, because I know Priest does that every now and then. But Damian Priest, you know, he can speak. Rey Mysterio, they speak English pretty well, and you know, both champions. It's not fair, but it's kind of the truth. So that's the only reason I'm saying Penta might not win, because I don't think they just trust his mic skills, and he's brand new, and I don't know. Breaker should really win. Breaker's the best wrestler out of all of them. But I think that Breaker needs to... If again, we go back to if... I don't even know what the hell the draft is. If Jey Uso could be the champion, Braun Breaker could be the champion. Okay? So, that's where we're at. Finn Balor is my pick, but I'd be fine with any of them winning. I just don't see them giving it to Penta because of the language barrier. I don't. Sin City Street Fight. What is that? Okay. Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. Again, Drew McIntyre is way too good to be doing this crap. Drew McIntyre deserves to be the champion. Drew McIntyre has held this company on his back for far too long without being rewarded. I guess this will end it, and Drew better win. Damian Priest, I like Damian Priest enough. He's alright. Drew better win. Drew deserves the championship. Drew better go after Cena, because my next thing is Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. John Cena is going to win, hopefully. He's my pick. I don't care about the Ric Flair record. I want to see John Cena as a heel, as the champion. And you're listening to a guy who was pissed Cody didn't win against Roman the first time, and was happy Cody won the second time. I wanted Cody to win. He won. He's been a good champion. He's been a good face. He's been a good baby face. He's been good. It's not anything against Cody. This is just, I want to see this. I want to see this come out and play to fruition. Do I think John Cena has been a good heel since that turn? I don't know. I don't think John Cena knows how to be a heel. He's doing this whole, like, anti the crowd thing. It's okay. But I want to see John Cena as a bad guy, but I want to see him as the champion. I know people are going to be like, why he's leaving, but I want to see it. Even if he only holds it for 3 months, I don't care. I just want to see it. I want to see where it goes. I'd like to see John Cena have a couple of matches against Drew, and I wish that Drew is the one who dethrones him. Drew McIntyre deserves the championship. Drew McIntyre is the best they've had as far as just storylines. He did amazing work with CM Punk. He did amazing work with just pretty much everybody. And, it's weird. They did that whole thing, I think it was last WrestleMania, right? Where he wins and then Punk, who was not medically cleared, grabs his leg, he falls. Damian Priest comes in and it was last year. And, he hasn't sniffed the title since, and it's not fair, dude. He's been a beast. I don't know what there's back... I mean, he's getting very marquee, so I don't know if there's politics going on or they just have Cody and the Cena thing. Do I think The Rock comes out? I guess. I don't care. I don't care anymore with The Rock. I was excited about it. And then they did that soul thing, and then the thing, and John Cena hurt him, and I was like, okay, cool. But the Rock is then he comes out that one time and he's like, look at us, we're on Netflix, we're great. It's like, okay, yeah, The Rock is an actor through and through now. for better or worse, whatever. I mean, I love when The Rock's there, don't get me wrong, because I like when The Rock is unhinged and he says things and he gets away with what he can say because he owns company. So I do like it. The Rock's entertaining as all hell. There's no way to say that he's not. So that's the WrestleMania cards. I'm not impressed at all. I got to be honest with you. I know that they're slated to have 14 matches, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so WrestleMania Night 2 has 6 matches, and I know that they were slated for 14. So obviously, Kevin Owens really is legitimately hurt. Now it's supposed to be Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton. Randy Orton is probably going to get an opponent tonight, which is SmackDown. But again, like, who will it be that's going to be like, oh my god, Goldberg? Could it be something crazy, like where he doesn't get a match? Maybe he doesn't get something tonight. And he's like, well, what the hell? I still want to be on WrestleMania. I'm Randy Orton. I'm 50 years old, and this might be my last one. And then he goes to the ring on WrestleMania, because they did that. Remember, they do that crap where they have, like, what was it? Shane McMahon popped out that one time, blew his quad out with Snoop Dogg. But, like, they do, like, that weird thing, and they don't have to at all because that doesn't help them. But they do it, so maybe Randy Orton does that. And I don't know. Maybe somebody else wrestles. But it's not going to be, I don't know. I don't think it would be Goldberg, because if it's his retirement match, they would actually pump that a little. And honestly, I don't think whoever it is going to beat Randy Orton. So, but yeah, that's the WrestleMania card. I'm not like anti it, but I'm not too pumped. Really, the only thing that I could really, oh yeah, that's right, Braun Strowman's not even in it. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they have too much talent. Let me go to Superstars real quick here. Like, okay, Cody is, let's see, who's not in it that should be? The United States Championship, Kelsey Green, she's not on it. The Street Profits? Wait, what? Okay, see, this is what doesn't make sense. The Street Profits are the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. They're not in it. Okay. I know NXT is going to have its own thing. Let's see. Who else is not on the card that should be? So we already got Braun Strowman's not on it. The Street Profits aren't in it. Austin Theory, yeah, okay. Let's see, who else? I don't know who the hell half of these people are. Bronson Reed's hurt. The Creed Brothers aren't in it. Why not have the Street Profits versus the Creed Brothers? That's a great match. Okay. Carmelo Hayes, I don't... CM Punk's in it. Alright, I'm rambling a little bit here, but just bear with me. Oh, that's right, the Wyatt Six still exists. Okay, yeah. I don't think they're going to return anytime soon. Okay, can I talk about that for a second? Alright, so the Wyatt Six, right? I cried when Bray Wyatt died. My wife was like, what? I don't know what it was. Something resonated with me and Bray Wyatt ever since the second he was when the cult leader. Like, I've liked Bray Wyatt the whole run. When he died, I don't know why, I called out of work. I felt bad. I don't know why. There's just certain people in life that obviously you don't know that you just get an affectionate to. When he returned, and he returned at Extreme Rules, I teared up. He just helped, I don't know, something about him resonated well with me. Like, it's nothing to do with, like, the darkness of his character, because, like, I like The Undertaker and Kane. I loved Kane more than I liked The Undertaker, but I didn't give it. Bray had a special place in my heart for wrestling, and he kept me intrigued in wrestling when I really wasn't. So when he died, so especially just the way he did, his kids, and I'm a father, it hit me hard. So the concept of the Wyatt Six was always intriguing. I could not wait for the documentary to come out, and as soon as the documentary came out and you saw that, Bo Dallas grabs the lantern, I was like, this is cool. Like, and then they did the whole debut of it, and it was amazing. And then you had the Dexter Lumis, Rowan, like, you had them fight. You had them fight, and they looked badass. But then, you had Uncle Howdy, this character, who we've seen before, obviously, because they were working towards something when Bray was still alive. But they did a revamp, right? When they did that first initial debut of them back behind the scenes. He had these sick dreads, and he had this just sick mask, and it was so cool looking, and he looked menacing. And for whatever reason, when he actually wrestles, he has like fluffy silver hair. The dreads are not there. He has like a really weird ring gear, and it just doesn't. It like takes all the coolness of him away when he wrestles. I know you can't pay these guys to just do backscene stuff, but maybe just pay Bo Dallas to just do backscene stuff, because Lumis, Rowan, Joe Gacy, they could still pretty much go. Lumis by far can go. That dude's a beast in the ring. Let them wrestle and let him be a manager, and don't take off the dreads and keep the mask, and don't, when you have a look, and I know that, like, obviously Rowan wasn't going to have a freaking bunny head on, but when you take off the bunny head, Rowan is cool looking. When you take off the bird thing, Dexter Lumis is badass looking, and Dexter Lumis actually grew his hair out and has sick dreads. And then you take off the mask of Joe Gacy, and he's, out of all of them, he's the least intimidating, but he still looks alright. But, oh my god, Bo just does not look it at all when he's actually wrestling. Keep him with the top hat on, with the dreads and the cool jacket. Let him be the guy. Nikki Cross, she's there. They don't do much with her. She's got a cool face mask and, whatever. Bring in Alexa Bliss, I guess, and they're going to do that eventually, maybe, unless they release these guys. I hope they don't. There's a lot of potential there. They need to go back to doing backstage vignettes. Okay, that's just a side scramble. Wide 6. People are saying they're going to be back at WrestleMania. I don't think they're going to give them that spotlight, because I think they're afraid of what the reaction would be. They're going to have to come back on like a Raw, or I guess they're SmackDown or whatever. So, yeah, so that's it. I'm really hoping that we get Brock Lesnar return. It's been too long without him. He doesn't need to be a champion, but just have him return. That would be sick. Yeah, I'm not too pumped because how I think it's really going to go down. Doesn't do much for me. And I really don't even think they're going to have Cena win. But that's who I want to win. But yeah, WrestleMania 41, 2 nights. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Maybe we'll do a post stream. But enjoy it, guys. Enjoy WrestleMania. And hopefully we get some surprises. I really hope so. But I'm not holding my breath about it. Maybe I still don't think they bring back Aleister Black or Rusev at WrestleMania. I just don't think I don't think they're big enough for that to do anything. I think maybe you get. Somebody was saying that Stone Cold said something about The Rock. Somebody said Stone Cold would be back, but okay, again, I love Stone Cold. I used to have I'm not shitting you, full-sized Stone Cold poster back in the day. That's what they used to have. They were awesome. Stone Cold poster of him in the vest, full size. I had an Undertaker, full size. I had a Stone Cold poster, signed, mounted, and framed. I mean, you name it, I owned every wrestling figure. I loved wrestling. Wrestling was my thing. My favorite wrestler of all time is Edge. He went to AEW, and I guess he's back to irrelevancy. But no, but like, what would Stone Cold do? Like, I'm stun people, obviously, but like, for what? Him returning doesn't make sense. He should have returned last year and stunned The Rock instead of it being The Undertaker, but whatever. Yeah, so I guess the best we're gonna get is probably just The Rock returning. So yeah.